Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tarastrology and I will be doing your May 2020 reading. This reading will be for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we're just going to jump in and start shuffling the cards now. I hope you guys are doing okay, because I know we were talking about kind of a heavy load last time, perhaps leaving a situation that was not really worth it for you, or seeing things a little bit more clearly by taking off those rose-colored glasses. So I hope that wasn't a difficult feat for you. I know Libras have the tendency to look at things that way. So, I really hope that you are able to kind of manifest clarity. And I hope this month things will make a little more sense, because Venus is going retrograde, and as you know, if you don't know, that is your ruling planet. You are the planet revolving around beauty and love. That's why you guys care so much about partnerships and finding that perfect soulmate and having that other half. So that's why you guys are very much interested in that, right? So I feel with this retrograde, it's really going to point to you what it is that you actually want, who you actually want, and to see things a lot more clear in those areas. So we're going to jump in, but hopefully we've established some level of clarity coming into that, and this introspection won't keep you away so much from others or relationships or having things manifest, but rather to bring forward the right people and situations. Okay, jumping in right now, the first card that comes out is the Devil. Second is the Princess of Cups. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So, with the Devil and the Princess of Cups, I feel like there's a situation that you feel kind of bound to. Perhaps another person that you feel bound to. I feel like this person could be a water sign, or could kind of just be really emotional. They could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but they don't necessarily have to be. They could also be a Capricorn. It's another sign that's coming out here. But there's like a horrible cycle that you keep finding yourself in, and you keep doing the same things with different people even. But with this particular one, you feel bound to a person who's kind of immature. This might have been someone that you loved really deeply, and when I say that you loved really deeply, I mean it feels like that. Like, Page of Cups to me seems like that first love, like that puppy love that you really like. You're kind of head over heels for, and it's almost like nobody can tell you anything different. That same thing that I was speaking last month of those rose-colored, rose-tinted glasses that you're kind of looking at the world through. It's like you're bound to somebody who perhaps you just had such deep feelings for, but not that they don't have them back for you, but perhaps you're in a negative cycle with them because they're immature emotionally. And I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles, you've been in a place with them before where you had a happy life and you felt like everything was kind of coming together. The Nine of Pentacles really, they have all of their eggs in the basket and they really feel fulfilled and they're like very abundant. And I feel like that could be the case too, that right now in your life, you're finding that a lot of other areas of your life are starting to flourish and feel abundant. But I think you're just still bound emotionally to a certain person. Seven of Cups. Five of Swords. And Justice. I feel like you're really disillusioned. And what I mean by being disillusioned is I don't feel like you're seeing things clearly. I think you're getting false offerings from other people and you're taking that as truth. And I think you're internally conflicted because I feel like a part of you knows that something keeps coming up and it's kind of feels too good to be true, and I think that's because it kind of is. They're not really being completely truthful for you, and this internal conflict that you're having is because of the fact that things need to change. You need to change your perspective a little bit. I think you're looking too closely at the situation, and it's kind of lending you a negative hand here because you can't see the full picture if you're like up close to it, and that's where I feel like you're at. But with the Justice card, I feel like a truth is going to come out either on your end or this other person's, but I really do feel like it might come out on the other person's because I think it's something that you are disillusioned to, like they're holding something back, but it's something that you kind of know already. And I know that you might really love this person, and I feel like you feel like they were kind of everything, but this truth that comes out, I think, is going to kind of make or break this partnership. Let's see how this really unfolds, but Three of Swords. The situation's going to end. With the Three of Swords, this is the breakup card. You're going to really feel heartbroken over the loss of the situation, but I think it's kind of for the best. We have to look at the positives of every card as well. So threes are creation, and though this is the heartbreak card, this is the ability to create positives out of the negative. You might be able to focus on yourself a little bit more, which is kind of hard sometimes, especially when we're stuck inside and we're forced to really look at ourselves in the mirror. That's a difficult thing to do. But I think that there's an ability to create new opportunities and create new paths for yourself that will kind of put you more on that abundant path, honestly. And I think if you've been doing the right thing by this other person and by yourself, you're going to realize that with the Justice card, it's like weighing out the scales. It's kind of a karma thing, like what you put in, you know, like whatever you've done right for the situation, you're going to get that out of life. It might not be with the same person, even though you might want that, but I think that you're going to find that like happiness will come, but it's after you have to kind of embrace these emotions. Princess of Wands and the Four of Swords. I don't feel like this is, though you're going to feel heartbroken, and I really do feel like you'll feel these emotions. With the Princess of Wands and the Four of Swords, I feel like new opportunities are going to come for you. I think you're just going to have this feeling like you need to move. You don't really even know where to get started or if it's necessarily, you know, to go looking to date right away or like talk to new people, but I know that you're just going to feel like you need to move. You're going to need to start a business that you've been saying that you were going to start, or, you know, I'm just coming out with, for instance, you know, just something that you've really like wanted to start, you're going to just jump ahead and do. But the thing that I'll say with the Princess of Wands too is they don't really have a plan, so there's a possibility that you can fail. It's a possibility you can start something and it's not going to flourish right away, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. This is still a positive energy because it just means you need to get started. It might just not be, I'm not saying it's going to be a total fail either. I want to make this clear. I'm just saying it might not start off with as much success as you hope. However, getting started is just the main thing. With the Four of Swords, I feel like there's going to be a restful period. You're going to feel like you want to get started, but the rest of the world might not be on that same schedule. And of course, we are in the middle of quarantine, so this could be that you're trying to start a new business and people just are not in a place where they're really able to take your business on. If, you know, I'm going to give another hypothetical. If you were a social media manager and you were like, I am going to start this new business of being a social media manager, well, people might not need advertisement right now if their businesses are closed. So there's going to be a restful period. But just putting in the steps to start moving and that spontaneous energy is going to help you get away from the heartbreak and start bringing in and manifesting some really positive things that you've probably been desiring for a while, and especially regarding to change. Oops, sorry. The Chariot. Eight of Swords. Seven of Wands. For some of you, you could also be talking, this person I was speaking of before, I know earlier I said Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, they really could be a Cancer with this Chariot card, sorry. And with the Eight of Swords, I feel like with the Chariot and the Eight of Swords, you know, you're going to start to embark on any really new endeavors, talking to new people, starting new businesses, you know, focusing on things that you really want to bring into your life, working out more, caring more about your physical health and well-being. But with the Chariot, I feel like you're going to just start rushing ahead with something. This could also be rushing towards something, but then feeling trapped. So this is the two interpretations, and because this is a general reading, I will give you both. You could be feeling trapped by a Cancer person, and it's kind of in your head because you have the ability to stand up for yourself with the Seven of Wands. The other interpretation I could say is you have the ability to rush ahead and start going, and you have the ability to really make heavy strides in your desires. But with this Eight of Swords, I feel like you are trapped in your mind with thinking that you won't succeed, and if you don't get out of that and you don't realize that there are spaces within the swords to get out, and you can't see that because your eyes are closed to the situation because you're blindfolded, but if you can realize that this is a self-entrapment, then you can come out on top. You might feel the need to defend yourself to others, but you have the upper hand here. And I think when you start to realize that your life is your own, you're going to go a lot further, especially within this month. So the bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. I feel like this is really going to come to light, and I feel like this breakup is going to be on your accord, or this ending of this relationship. I feel like you're going to cut off a certain person because they're not treating you the way that you need to be treated. And with the Six of Pentacles, it kind of means that you've been giving more than somebody's been willing to give back, and you're recognizing your worth. And I think that's really what's coming up with that Princess of Wands too. So I think that though there might be some hard times this month, I don't think that it's going to be bad. I think that these retrogrades are going to help you release some traumas that you've been holding on to for a while, and recognizing that you've been accepting more than you really should have for a while now. And honestly, I think that if you want to be a happier person, and who doesn't want to be a happier person, you have to find a way to get out of your head. I'm not saying don't feel the feelings, but don't make yourself feel trapped by them. Alright guys, so that was this month's reading. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that everything goes smoothly and you accept the love that you deserve this month. I will see you next month. Have a good one.